What if I told you that a stolen bicycle created the greatest boxer of all time? A boy who was once doubted, ridiculed, and told he'd never make it, would one day shake up the world, not just in the ring, but in his faith, his beliefs, and his fight for justice. This is the untold story of Muhammad Ali, the beginning of a legend. It all started in 1954 when a 12-year-old Cassius Clay had his bike stolen in his hometown of Louisville, Kentucky. Furious and determined to fight whoever took it, he stormed into a police station. But fate had a different plan. The officer he met, Joe Martin, was also a boxing coach. He told Clay, "If you want to fight, you better learn how to do it right." And just like that, a fire was lit. But talent alone wasn't enough. Clay trained relentlessly, waking up before dawn, running miles, throwing thousands of punches. Yet people doubted him. He was too cocky, too different, too outspoken. They said he'd never be great. But he had one thing no one could teach, an unshakable belief in himself. Struggle faith and the fight beyond the ring. At 18, Clay shocked the world by winning gold at the 1960 Olympics. But when he came home, he faced a brutal truth. Despite his victory, he was still treated as less because of his race. He couldn't even eat at certain restaurants in his own country. This fueled his fire. In 1964, at just 22, he faced Sonny Liston, the most feared fighter of his time. Everyone said Clay wouldn't last a round, but he was faster, smarter, and braver than anyone expected. He danced around Liston, taunting him, tiring him out, until Liston quit, and in that moment, the world knew his name. But it wasn't Cassius Clay anymore. Finding Islam, a new name, a new purpose. During his early boxing career, Clay had been introduced to the Nation of Islam, a movement that spoke about self-respect, empowerment, and standing against racial injustice. He found himself drawn to its teachings, believing they reflected the struggles he faced as a black man in America. After winning the heavyweight title, he made a life-changing decision. He converted to Islam and took a new name, Muhammad Ali. Ali later said, "Cassius Clay was my slave name. I didn't choose it, and I don't want it. I am Muhammad Ali, a free man."
Why don't you like to be called Clay anymore?
No, Clay was not my name. Clay was a white man's name. It was a slave name. And I'm no longer Clay. I'm no longer a slave. So now I'm Muhammad Ali.
His conversion was met with backlash. Many criticized him, called him a traitor, and even refused to acknowledge his new name. But Ali never wavered. He had found something bigger than boxing, a purpose beyond the ring, the fight against war and exile. In 1967, Ali's faith was put to the ultimate test. When he was drafted into the Vietnam War, he refused to go, citing his religious beliefs and opposition to the war. His words shook the nation. "I ain't got no quarrel with them Viet Cong. No Viet Cong ever called me the N-word." For standing by his beliefs, Ali lost everything.